Hey, good afternoon everybody. You are watching Kit Plus live from BVE 2015 and Ben Baldwin back with you. How are you? All right? It's absolutely crazy out there on the show floor. Loads of people, lots and lots of people getting deals done, hopefully. Hope you're having a good show. I've got with me Chris Waddington from Newtek. Good afternoon again, Chris.
Good afternoon. I will shake your hand this time.
Again.
Yes.
All
Hello.
very official. We like it. We like it. Now, we're here today. We talked yesterday about talk show. We're here today to talk about this little beauty on the table here from Newtek, the Newtek Mini, and we are giving one of these away. There's been a competition running on social media, and we have got the jar with everyone's names in.
Yep.
So if you entered the competition, we will be drawing that in round about 15 minutes time. So good luck to you if you entered. But what is it they're going to win? Tell us about the Newtek Mini, Chris.
They are going to be winning the new Tricaster Mini. So this is the unit right in front of me here. As you can see, it's a very small, very compact unit, and it's a very different breed of Tricaster because it's really aimed at people that aren't production or video professionals. So people that really want to create engaging looking content. It could be people that are educators, it could be corporate, it could be enterprise, it could be houses of worship, but it might be people that want to create great looking presentations, or they want to create their own TV show, or they've ultimately just got a message and they want it to look absolutely great. They want it to look like television. And that's what this Tricaster is aimed at. So in terms of the connectivity, it's we're not going down the pro route in terms of SDIs and components. It's not about that. It's about having HDMI connectivity, so we can connect to a wide variety of cameras, computer devices, games consoles, all that kind of stuff, making it really accessible. And we should actually point out there's two JVC action cameras there on. They're part of the competition as well that go with it. So whoever wins this little beauty gets those two little beauties as well. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's about being able to use cameras like that. It's almost picking up any camera and using it. If it got any HDMI camera, but not even have a professional camera. Yeah, I mean, the great thing about HDMI, I mean, there are some challenges, and obviously we've overcome those. And people that have been watching the show probably know about HDMI and connectivity. But the great thing about HDMI is it's on practically every single device. It can be these little action cameras down here. It can be broadcast professional cameras. But pretty much almost every device has a HDMI output. And the great thing about that is you can take almost any camera now, plug that straight into the Tricaster Mini, maybe mix some other HDMI-enabled devices as well, and then you've got your HDMI output. So again, you can take that to consumer displays, professional displays. You can run it out to projectors. You can run it out to video conferencing systems. I mean, it really offers tremendous versatility. And again, for people that aren't necessarily production professionals or broadcast engineers, it means that they've got a connection which they're familiar with. They can plug it in, and away you go. Really, really simple.
Now, you mentioned versatility. I hate to point out the obvious, but I'm good at it. It's portable as well. Portability.
It is. I mean, that unit itself, very, very small, very compact. I think weight-wise, it's just a little over 4 kilos. I mean, the great thing about that is you can take that with you on a plane in carry-on, so you don't have to actually check it in. Awesome. I actually flew over to, I think it was in Croatia last week, and I took that on in a backpack. So I had my Mini in the backpack, I had a keyboard, I had my mouse. I even had the two little JVC action cameras. All of that was in my backpack. I didn't have to check it in. I could just walk straight through, take it all out, set it all up, and away I went. Really, really good, really portable, very, very versatile. Superb.
So let's talk about what people can do with this, because obviously it's part of the Newtek family. It's part of the Tricaster family. So for people that do know Tricaster, is it something that the interface that people are going to recognise?
It is indeed. I mean, if you know how to use a Tricaster, then you've got to feel right at home with this, because the interface, is the same across all of the professional,
the range,
the Tricaster models, exactly. So if you know how to use one of the Tricasters, you know how to almost really, really use them all. And that's the great thing about this as well, is that, again, if you're not a production professional, it's easy to get to grips with. The software is super, super simple to use. There is a custom control panel, so if you want you want to have the T-bar and you want to have the push-button access, you have that capability as well. But you can drive it from a keyboard and a mouse. You can even potentially control it from an iPad. So it's really easy to get to grips with, but if you know how to use this, then it scales.
That's what I like about this unit, is the scalability of it. So for someone who's coming in at an entry level, like you're saying, if they're wanting to start making TV programs, if they're wanting to start doing stuff for the web, if they're wanting to do sort of small little live bits and bobs, House of Worship, stuff like that, the TriCaster interface is easy to use. Almost any idiot can use it, and I include myself in that, because I know how to press the buttons on it. But it's an intuitive interface, isn't it? So people shouldn't be afraid of getting hands-on with it.
Not at all. Honestly, not at all. I mean, creating video and great-looking video has traditionally been very complicated. You had to be an engineer. You had to know what you were doing, and you generally required a large team of people. And what the TriCaster does, especially with the Mini, is it enables just one person to create a great-looking show. And you can, whether it be create a TV show, whether you're creating an entertainment, whether you're creating a blog, whether you want to ultimately just make a PowerPoint presentation look great, you have that capability. The software is super simple to pick up, and in fact, we even have a series of training videos that are all online, completely free. So, if you literally, from one lucky winner who's going to be winning the Mini, to get up to speed on that, they just need to go to the website, watch all the training videos, and that's it. Simple as. Really, really easy to get, pick up and use.
Now, the other thing is, it's really easy. It's really easy to pick up. It's really easy to use. It's portable. And I guess the thing is, if you're going, I'm going to need an operator, someone to operate it. I'm going to need someone to do my cameras. You don't need it, do you? You can run the whole thing yourself.
You can indeed. I mean, like I said, there's various different ways that you can control it, and the great thing about that is it's not to make it complicated. It allows the operator to pick the control that best suits them. So if they feel comfortable with a keyboard and a mouse, and let's be honest, nowadays who doesn't? You can control it with that. We have a great-looking control surface. So if you have some production experience and you feel comfortable with that, you can use that. And like I said, we even have the potential to control it via an iPad. So we have the ability for, and let's be honest, no one's afraid of tablet devices, and especially in this day and age. So it makes it super easy to pick up. It does allow multiple people to control the system if they want to do. So again, the unit can scale depending on what your production requirements are going to be.
And for someone who's getting into this kind of thing for the first time, that control surface, it's a great way, because it's a smaller version of what then goes up within the TriCaster range and what's been used actually to cut this show today. So I do feel I should just clarify that, yes, any idiot can operate a TriCaster, but not necessarily do we have an idiot operating one today while they're pushing the buttons while I'm here. Thought I'd better
keep digging.
Am I digging a hole? Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But what the control system, so if you're getting yourself with the control surface and with the T-bar, you're starting to get yourself into that professional use and moving away from the keyboard and mouse clicks and stuff like that, which is going to help in a fast-paced environment.
It does. When you are creating great-looking content and you want to be able to make something that looks amazing and that sounds great, then yes, in a live environment, you want to be instantly be able to go from one camera to another to maybe something else, and so you want to have that rapid action, the ability to instantly go press a button and know where you want to be at that moment in time, and that's what something like the control panel gives you. But I mean, there are other tools built into the system, so the fact that we can bring in pre-recorded video content, so it doesn't all have to be live. You might have some video stuff, you might have some presentations, some slides, some graphics, some photos. You want to bring all of those together, and we have tools and features within the TriCaster family, especially within the Mini, that helps with the automation and being able to control and create what would look like a very complex looking show, but actually it's super simple to do.
I've just seen two of the TriCaster operators appear behind the camera there. I think I might be in trouble. They've heard, the union have heard, they're on the way over. So, all right, we've talked about where this unit can be used. We've talked about the cameras and the HDMI, but let's talk a few more details about what's actually there. So it's 4 HDMI inputs.
Yes, so you've got 4 HDMI inputs, and those inputs support both audio and video. So again, it makes it super simple. You don't have to have very professional looking connectivity for your audio. You can run the audio and the video directly into the Mini itself. And then you've also got 2 HDMI outputs. So again, it offers you a lot of flexibility. We can connect to lots of display devices. And again, those HDMI outputs on the Mini are totally independent. So you can send two totally different things out of each of those HDMI outputs. Sorry, and then you do have some audio inputs and outputs as well. So if you want to plug in an external microphone, or you want to plug in like the head mics that we're wearing, you have that capability as well. And then in terms of that's obviously your video connections coming in.
Yep.
We have all of the internal media playback capabilities. So if you want to play back slides, photos, you want to create your own little graphics, all of that can be done on the system.
So like the professional range of the TriCaster systems, 2 DDRs, so you've got 2 video players in there?
You have 2 media players for playing back pre-recorded content. You have 2 graphics players, so if you want to play back slides or photos or whatever it may be, again, you can load that content onto the TriCaster and play that back. And then we also have a sound media player, so if you want to play back sound effects or any kind of audio, any kind of dialogue, we have that capability. And getting the content into the box is super simple. So we have, for connectivity, we have gigabit Ethernet. So again, for corporates and really any environment nowadays, you can just take a wire, plug it in, and you can instantly connect to the corporate network. You can connect to the internet. We have Wi-Fi built into the box. We have Bluetooth connectivity, and then we have USB ports as well. So again, you can take your USB memory sticks, you can plug it in, you can take content on a USB drive, plug it in, and then transfer that content straight onto the system. So really, really easy.
Talk a little bit about the network inputs as well, because obviously you've got the 4 HDMI for the cameras in there, but network inputs, some people might not know about if you don't know the TriCaster that well, but it basically frees up. It frees up those camera inputs, doesn't it?
It does indeed. I mean, nowadays, when you're creating, it can be anything from a TV show to a presentation to whatever it's going to be. It's no longer just a case of bringing camera feeds in. People now want to bring in content from computer devices, so they may want to throw up a web page, or they may want to play a video from, say, YouTube, or or they want to maybe put a PowerPoint presentation into the system. So it's no longer just about connecting cameras into your live show. You've got all these different platforms and technologies, mainly computer-based devices that you want to bring in. And again, everyone's got a phone, everyone's got a tablet. There's content on those devices that they want to bring in, and especially the corporate and enterprise space as well.
Yep.
Education, again, is another great example. So we have the ability with what we call our network inputs, is to connect all of these devices together. So you're not having to buy various dongles, adapters, and cables. Let's say, for example, you want to play a PowerPoint presentation into the system.
Yep.
Normally, you've got to buy more hardware. You've got to buy cables, adapters, dongles. You've got to plug it all together. Then you might have to do a weird keyboard shortcut to get the video kicking out. You don't have to do that. I mean, you've got your PowerPoint, you've got your TriCaster. So long as they're on the same network, it can be wired or wireless, and we can then start broadcasting that PowerPoint straight in.
I mean, that's the great thing. Because, this is for people who are wanting to do this the first time, and a lot of the time you do go, well, hang on a minute, I'm going to need X, Y, and Z, be it a mixing for the desk for the audio, be it whatever. Now, don't get me wrong, as you go further and further, you could add those things, and as you get more professional within your production, but it's all based around stuff that you've already got, not just the cameras, but your laptop or your Mac, whatever it's going to be.
Exactly. I mean. Yeah, exactly. It is exactly that. Nowadays, people want to connect all sorts of devices. You might want to bring a Skype call. And we talked about Talk Show yesterday.
We did,
so
yeah.
Again, that's one of the great features that we have Talk Show, which is basically a Skype solution. And again, we can connect a Talk Show to a TriCaster Mini, and we can do that over network. So when you want to send your audio and video from that box into the Mini and vice versa, you don't necessarily have to get more cables, more adapters, more converters. Just connect them onto the network, and you are basically good to go. So It's really simple, really simple.
If you want to find out more about Talk Show, by the way, make sure you watch the program that we did yesterday. That's available for replay, of course, on Kit Plus, and that's all uses the power of Skype TX.
It does indeed.
Excellent. So what kind of people do we think are going to use? I know we've mentioned, we're talking about education. I'm thinking gamers are going to be great out there, because obviously a lot of gamers are sharing them playing the game and the different solutions that they're finding to those. You can plug in obviously you can connect your PS3, or I think they're 4s now. Show my age. And how much I don't know about gaming.
I'm a SNES kind of Genesis kind of guy.
Oh, right, okay. I don't know what he's saying, everybody. I don't know what he's talking about. But all those games, Xboxes with numbers after them, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But that can be put in there, and then you can do the kind of picture-in-picture stuff that you can do with all the professional range as well.
Exactly. It's. I mean, gaming. Is huge. I mean, I know when I go onto YouTube, other video streaming services do exist. But I know when I go on there and I look at the top 20, the top 50 most watched videos, it's pretty much all gaming. A lot of them is good. Or cats.
Yeah, or cats.
There's a lot of cat videos as well. So. Yeah, that's what this is built for, gaming and cats. But no, you do have the ability, and again, with those, not only can you create content and stream to those services as well, because Tricaster has the ability to stream that content out, but because of the network inputs, you can actually bring those live streams directly into your show as well. So again, you want to, there's a video on YouTube that you want to play in, you want to bring in, then you can literally start that playing on your device and then send that into the Tricaster Mini, again, through wire or through wireless, just over the network. And then if you want to then broadcast that to your audience, you can do that either over a corporate network, like I said, if it's education, over a school network, or if you want to reach a global audience, and that's what's really powerful, you can literally plug this into the internet and then hit one button and you can be streaming to the world or tweeting.
Well, I'm thinking for schools as well, this is going to be great, because obviously we're helping with the next generation of not idiots, great people who can push the buttons.
Nicely done.
Thanks. I was pointing and waving at the same time as well. The next generation basically are going to start on these of vision mixers, of directors, of content makers, of program makers, aren't they?
Well, if you think about it now, I mean, everyone nowadays is a TV expert, and what I mean by that is I don't mean that everyone is able to create a TV, is able to create a TV show or has the knowledge and understands what SDI is and component and all those kind of technical terms. But what I mean is people nowadays are connected either by watching content on a TV or on a phone or on a tablet or on the web stream, whatever it may be, and they know when things look good and when things look bad. They may not know why it doesn't look quite good, but they know something's not quite right about it. So you need to create good-looking content because that engages with people.
I think you and I have talked about this before, is that when YouTube came along and people, you can stick any old video up there, it was, for me, definitely I felt that production values dropped all round. Not at a broadcast level, but it started to creep into broadcast. Then when tools like this are available, then all of a sudden people start making better looking content, and it didn't become acceptable anymore. And I think you see that now in your top 10 videos on YouTube, whether they are about cats or whether they are about gaming.
How did you know what my next series was going to be on?
They're better produced. And I'm just thinking, how do we plug a cat into a Newtek Mini? It's going to be a Tricaster Mini.
I'm sure there's a way.
Where there's a will, there's a way. That'll be in the next release. There'll be some kind of weird thing with that, probably.
Feline input, I don't know.
Yeah, probably not. Back to the educational thing though.
So the thing is, this really puts the power and the capability into, like I said, into anyone's hands. So it can be an educator, it can be doing lectures. You could have guest speakers coming in remotely, again via Skype, bringing that into a presentation. So you can connect multiple schools together. You may want to, as you said, train the next generation of people that are going to ultimately going to go into the industry. But also you've got people that just ultimately just have something to say. And it's a great message, and how do they connect with different people, and how do you make sure that the message gets through? And I think if you can make a great looking TV show or great looking presentation or whatever it may be, so long as it's great looking and it's got that high production value, then your message isn't going to get diluted. Because at the end of the day, everyone will turn off if it doesn't look good. It doesn't matter what you have to say. If it doesn't look good, there's always another channel to flick over to. There's always another there's always another cat video or whatever it may be.
All right, enough of the cats.
It's easy to become distracted, so you've got to make something which holds that viewer's attention. Indeed. And I think people nowadays are really understanding and really appreciate, great looking video content. But with this, it's not difficult to do. That's the real key about it,
Make it look good, people. That's what we're saying. Make it look good. Let's talk about price then, shall we?
Yes.
And the Tricaster Mini. There's a couple of different versions of it, so it starts at...
There is indeed. So the price on this particularly, on the Mini starts at $4,699, so just a little over £4,500. So just to be clear, that's the pound
pounds.
Price. And then we have another model which has an integrated LCD screen. It has multiple channels of recording. It has more recording capacity.
That is great, by the way, having this screen. It's about the whole portability thing of having this screen in there, which you can use as a confidence monitor, use as program out, or you can even, if you're working to a small audience.
Exactly, and again, to keep it portable, if you're going into a corporate or an education, it doesn't matter where you're going to be going, we can create amazing looking products and great looking products, and we can do amazing looking things. We've all only ever got 2 hands, so there's so much stuff you can carry. So by having the screen built into the unit, you're not having to carry a monitor around. You can use that either to view what your live web stream's looking like when you're actually transmitting out, or if you just want to flip the unit around, you can now have a fold-back monitor so the person that's presenting can see what they look like within their studio environment. So it offers a lot of flexibility. And the unit with the screen also has double the recording capacity as well, and we can even record multiple channels of video content into the one box as well. Price point on that particular model is $5,999. Again, both prices are ex-VAT. And that's pounds, again, just because that's pounds. Yeah, so we have euro pricing and
then there's another version which you can have with the control surface as well.
Yeah, then we do. We actually do a bundle, and what the bundle gives you is you have the
control surface.
You've got the control surface. You've got the mini
case
with the screen, and then you've got a ruggedized flight case. Yeah, and then price point on that one is $7,999, again excluding the VAT.
That's in pounds excluding VAT.
Yes.
Right, that's if you want to get your hands on one, and if you want to go and buy one, but let's give one away, shall we?
Yes.
We've got all the names on social media. People have been entering the competition. This is then for the TriCaster Mini and the 2 JVC cameras that are sat right here. Who's it going to be? Let's find out. Chris, yeah, you go in, you delve in there.
Okay.
Oh, he's having a good route round, look.
I am.
Good route round.
If I can get one, that would be a... Okay, I've got to make it fair. I can't pull 2 out at once. That would not... I've got one. I've got one.
Okay, he's got it. He's got it. Who is the winner?
The winner is Joanne Fisher.
Joanne Fisher, very well done to you. I don't know where you are, Joanne, but you may not even be watching, but we are going to contact you and we're going to tell you that you, Joanne Fisher, are the winner of a TriCaster Mini. Well done to you.
You are, and if you are at the show, we are on stand G20.
I haven't a clue.
But we are at the show, so we do have the unit here as well. Obviously, you can see them right in front of us here, so if you want to come by, please, if you're here, pick it up. Otherwise, we'll be in contact with you.
I think we're going to have a bunch of Joanne Fishers turning up at the Newtek stand.
We need some ID.
Yeah, we need some ID, Joanne. We need some ID. So you mentioned the stand. That's where people can come and see more of the kit. Where can they find out more information about the TriCaster Mini?
You can just go online, go to www.newtek.com. Go to the website, there's a ton of information on there, or indeed you can obviously email us, sales@newtek.com, or indeed you can speak to any one of our elite partners or any one of our resellers.
Brilliant. We started this interview with an official handshake. We shall finish it with one too. Chris, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Well done to you, Joanne. Nice work. You've got yourself a TriCaster Mini. Thanks for watching. Dan Lenny's on the way with more guests here on the sofa at BVE 2015 with Kit Plus. Thanks for having us.